Hey everyone, today we're going to learn a groove and lick combination in the style of Neil Peart. This particular lick pairs straight 16th notes together with 16th note triplets. Let's hear what the whole thing sounds like first. We'll play the groove for 4 bars, then play the lick on beats 3 and 4 of the 4th bar. Alright, let's first learn our groove pattern, where the right hand plays a syncopated 16th note rhythm on the hi-hat. Alright, we've got this nice little syncopated hi-hat pattern going on with our backbeat pattern. The backbeat pattern is pretty simple. We still got the snare on beats 2 and 4 on the quarter notes. The bass drum is going to fall on beats 1 and the and of 3 on both bars, so just keep that in mind. And we'll do our isolations here in a second. The thing that's probably going to trip you up is the right hand hi-hat pattern because it's a little bit more broken than things that we've done in the beginning rock pattern series. So one thing that's really I found that helps me and will probably help you is to keep some sort of time going while you practice this right hand rhythm. The easiest thing for me to do is to either do quarter notes on the bass drum, on the left foot and the hi-hat, or do both at the same time. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and play that right hand rhythm for you. I'll go ahead and do it on the left foot on the hi-hat. And what this does is it just fills in that space left by that hi-hat rhythm where there's not an 8th note on the hi-hat, and just help you lock that in a little bit. So we'll count that off. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now let's try isolating it with the right hand on the hi-hat and then the snare drum. So just make sure, if you want to keep some kind of time going, I wouldn't really recommend doing it on the bass drum just because that's going to kind of mess up your understanding of the beat in total. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just make sure that you're given even space everywhere, especially on the hi-hat, that you don't come in too early on the and of 2 after we left out that hi-hat. So let's go ahead, just for good measure's sake, we'll do the bass drum and the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. And also don't forget about your open hi-hat on the and of 4, that's on the 2nd bar, which just changes the beat slightly, gives a little bit of variation. Now let's break down the lick. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this lick is, I would consider it intermediate to advanced for several reasons. Namely, we're stringing 16th note triplets and straight 16th notes right back to back. So to briefly go over what a triplet is, you're going to be putting 3 notes where there normally are 2. So if we're counting 16th notes, where you had 4 16th notes, then you would have 6 16th note triplets. Or where you had 2 16th notes, you would have 3 16th note triplets. So what I'll do now is I'll just play that, I'll play 4 16th notes followed by 6 16th note triplets and just loop that rhythm while counting it so you can really get a feel for what that's gonna feel like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's kind of the feel from going a little bit from straight to swung. And what we're doing here is we're actually shortening that little exercise that I just showed you, and we're playing 3 16th note triplets followed by 2 straight 16th notes, which is going to trip you up a little bit more. But I'll take that rhythm now and loop it a couple of times so you can get the feel for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just really make sure that you've got a good pulse going the whole time while you're doing that. Again, it may help you to keep some sort of time going. I always like to do it on my left foot, so let's just hear that on the snare drum on the left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now for the lick, we're going to start that rhythm on the left hand, and since we've got an odd number of notes here, that may be a little confusing for you. Just make sure that you're always starting it on the left hand. Whenever you leave the pattern, which in this case, you're just going to be playing the right hand, your last note before the lick is going to be a right hand note on the hi-hat. So it really makes sense to play your right hand on the hi-hat and then start the lick with your left hand. So we've got 2 beats of rest on the lick as it's written out. There are 2 beats of rest, but it just falls on beats 3 and 4 of the measure. So I'm just going to give 1, 2, and then the lick. The way that it's orchestrated or voiced or whatever, however you want to call it, that rhythm, the 16th note triplet with the 2 straight 16th notes is played on the snare drum, and then we've got right on the mounted tom, and then right left on the mounted tom, right left on the floor tom, and then cymbal crash to take us out. So I'm going to count us in. I'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then the lick. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Once you nail the lick down, try to find a way to make it your own while still keeping it in the pocket. Don't forget to check out my premium download on this topic, available on freedrummingvideos.com. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.